It's me, Sean Capri. I'm glad you're here because you're listening to the most horse-powerful podcast on the internet. It's the Xbox Drive. I'm on a Skype call with my friend Ryan Turford. He's the meteorologist on the Moose, and it just occurred to me in this moment. I don't know why I keep saying I'm on a Skype call. We haven't used Skype in 4 years or 6. And on our journey today, Ryan played a bunch of games. I played like 4 minutes of Lies of P. So jump on into the Xbox Drive 1 week before Extra Life. Ball!
No power greater than X.
Hello, Sean Capri.
Hello, Ryan Turford. I kind of did like a James Bond villain kind of intro there. Spun around on my chair. I just need a cat in my lap.
I mean, you could. That's exactly what I thought of when you did that, Sean.
Who uses Skype these days, Ryan Turford?
I mean, someone must. There are dozens of people.
I'm on a Teams call with my friend Ryan Turford. Let's update it a little bit, you know?
You do realize that there are lots of podcasts out there that use Teams, Sean.
Teams, probably. Teams, yeah. I could see it. Yeah. We used to use Skype, the origins of the day. We're actually on a melon call, but like, who knows, dude? Ryan, before we were doing this podcast, I guess so just a moment ago is the normal way people would talk about this. I was shuffling things around on my hard drive for the Xbox, and I don't know why I can't just delete things, dude. Like, why can't I just like say now's not the time for you, Sonic Frontiers, or Phronic Sontiers as I like to call it.
Phronic Sontiers.
Yes.
I mean, there will be a time, Sean, where it will be time for Phronic Sontiers.
Phronic Sontiers.
Yes, you know it.
Not today,
I know
Phronic.
But maybe not today. Maybe not. Maybe it's okay to delete that. I mean, I've had to do a lot of that recently because as we'll get into, lots of games. So my hard drive is like having a very hard time right now, Sean, figuring out what's staying and what's going at this point. But we're getting there.
Yeah, every game you're singing that song. Should I stay or should I go? Or maybe the game is singing the song.
I mean, it doesn't really help that like most of the new games these days, Sean's are like 80 gigs or above. So
games these days, just so many floppy disks. You got to put them in there. You got to unzip them. You got to put them into your zip drive and uncompress.
Sean, imagine installing like Alan Wake 2, which is 90 gigs using floppy disks only. Imagine that.
Dude, I was apparently, according to reviews, I was so wrong to not, and you were right. I have not had Alan Wake 2 on my radar at all. Like, I thought it looked cool enough. People have been listening to the show. You guys know how I felt about it. Like, not really all that stoked. I feel silly today. Not gonna lie to you.
Guess who had it in the Carpool Gaming Fantasy Critic?
Oh, dang. You nailed it.
In the host,
what a smart man.
Actually, Sean, quick update on that, because we haven't talked about the Carpool Gaming hosts specific Fantasy Critic in a while, because like I was so down and out that I was like, I don't need to bring this up every once in a while. But the comeback has begun, Sean. Because
now we can talk about it. Now that I see how it is.
That's where we're at this point, because with the power of Alan Wake, Sean, I have leapfrogged Court Lalonde, who has been like 100 points ahead of me the entire season. But
I want to check this out.
You're currently sitting pretty with Lockliff at the top, Sean.
Oh, really?
Yeah, you both have 102 points, but the difference is, Sean, you have 3 games left for the year, and Lockliff has 0. So chances are you are probably, like, barring Space Marine 2 and Elden Ring's DLC not coming out this year, you're probably gonna win this year, Sean.
Like, dude, those aren't guarantees at this point.
That's true. That's true. They're not. I mean, especially Space Marine 2, because I really thought like at the partner showcase we were gonna get a release date for that, but we didn't. So
yeah, we really didn't. And we're running out of time, dude. Like, it's 2 months left. That's it. We got no time in 2023. It's over.
Yeah. Also,
basically,
need I remind you also, Sean, that in this same fantasy league, I lost 26 points because I have Redfall and I also counterpicked Armored Core. And that's
me in the community league, in the Carpool community fantasy thing.
Yeah. So I'm like this close to 100 points, despite the fact that being down 26 somehow. So,
actually, Yeah. Where the heck did I just have this tab? I want to go back to the community. We have 2 community leagues. There's
check out League A, Sean.
Carpool Gaming Community League, Hippopotam Monstrous Equative. I think this is League B. I don't know who made up these
League
names,
B. You guys are League B. I am in
B.
League A with Garrett.
Let me tell I chose 2nd overall here, Ryan. I got Tears of the Kingdom. And I got Super Mario Bros. Wonder when that came out.
Yeah.
You want to know how many points I have overall with only 1 game left to release? You want to know how many points I have?
I mean, I have it in front of me.
I have 56 points.
Of course.
I chose Redfall, which has a 57 on OpenCritic. Yeah. And I countered Armored Core because I didn't think it was coming out. So I'm going to go ahead. This could be the worst ever fantasy critic ever. I had Zelda and Mario, both 90 pluses, and I will not win, Ryan.
Well, I mean, to be fair, this literally just happened in the Carpool Host League because we had the same picks. We had the same downfall. We both picked Redfall. We both counterpicked Armored Core. Like idiots. Like big idiots.
Big, stupid, dumb.
Big, stupid idiots. Because like in those places, Sean, we could have literally had no game picked up and we would have had more points.
I could have just skipped.
Could have just picked up nothing.
Could have just not chosen Redfall. Although I did just download it onto my Xbox. And Ryan, I know you're going to talk about a lot of games that you're playing. I might just clear up my hard drive on the Series X for no really good reason because I've got to pack up my Series S, Ryan. We're packing up my bags, getting ready for Extra Life right after trick-or-treating with the kiddos on Tuesday. Yes. I gotta call an Uber and I gotta get to the airport and I'm gonna get on a plane and I'm gonna go to Toronto.
Ryan Turford, question from the press pool. I don't understand this Tuesday. I only know Tuesday.
I'm sorry, Tuesday. You're right. I should make sure that everything is correct on the plane tickets.
I mean, right now, I mean, we're recording on Tri-Day, Sean.
It's not Tri-Day. We need somebody. We need help. We need help with this, you guys. It's not Tri-Day.
But also, Sean, you mentioned League A, but League B, but I gotta mention League A because a certain someone is like dominating that league right now.
Who's that?
It's this person I'm pointing at right now. It's me. I'm winning. Look at me. I'm doing well. Please be excited.
Oh, okay.
I mean, I mean, there's a chance that I was like that Hambone Johnny is gonna rub it in my face because he'll win League B probably.
I'd let him
the amount of points he's got. Although Drellesh coming up pretty strong, but they'll be like, well, at least I'll have the the dignity of at least winning League A, Sean, but not winning the whole thing.
Oh man, well, it's very exciting. I really like this stuff. You're right. We haven't really talked about it too much. It's been such a busy, crazy year. Yeah, but it's been fun. I hope people are still having fun in the Fantasy Critic League. It seems to just like hype up in January, anyways. We kind of get a little rest after the holidays, and then we're like, okay, let's look forward to the next year. But we're gonna wake up on January 1st, ready for 2024, and we're just gonna get slammed with games all over again, Ryan. Like we're not getting no reprieve. Okay, we got maybe a couple weeks in December.
Have you not looked at February 2nd, Sean? How there's like 8 games coming out that day.
That's kind of what I mean.
Yeah, it's gonna be.
That's a short month. Actually, it's a leap year next year. Did you know that, Ryan?
I did know.
Keeping track of the leap year.
Yes, I mean I wasn't keeping track of it, but that came up for some other reason. I'm
a big leap year fan. I think that's kind of cool.
Big fan of leap years.
It has to do with space. It's our whole like place in the universe and the cosmos. You gotta make up that time, dude.
What is this show anymore? Why are we just talking about space?
Right Weren't you supposed to tell people like and subscribe and like?
We haven't even gotten to Clean the Garage yet. We're
get a hold of this show. What do we have you on?
You got me distracted, Sean. You got me distracted. Your charisma.
My Riz. Yeah. I used to play all my Riz on Ryan Turford.
Clearly, you rolled an 18 on your D20 when you're doing your charisma check, and that somehow caused that to happen. Because let's clean the garage.
All right.
Before we get any further. So, folks at home, if you want to support the show, there's a number of awesome ways to do that. Number one, if you're watching the live stream right now, right, youtube.com/Corporal Gaming. If you're watching the video on demand later, don't forget to hit that like button, kick that subscribe button, and then let us know in the comments below what games you're playing right now, because we're all playing different stuff because there's so much stuff out right now, Sean, that I think people out there are playing different things. We want to, of course, hear from you as well. We have
all in on Starfield, by the way. Your co-host on the RPG Cave, all in on Starfield, lighting up that Starfield channel in the Discord. I love to see it, man.
Yeah, I mean, I also know Garrett's also playing Valkyria Chronicles because I assigned it to him and he told me he's also playing that too. So there's good stuff. Good stuff. Also, we have a YouTube comment. We'll get to it in a second from Eric.
Yes.
Awesome. Also, if you're listening on audio feeds, don't forget to, of course, rate us there and maybe leave us a nice little review if you're listening on Apple Podcasts, or if you're on Spotify. You can leave comments on the podcast itself, and that helps the show gets discovered. Also, if you want one big podcast feed with the entire Carpool Gaming cinematic universe on it, or some exclusive content head on over to our Patreon, patreon.com/carpoolgaming, just like Markus McCracken did over at that gold tier. Of course, we love to give our patrons shout outs. So a huge shout out to Markus McCracken, and of course, all of our patrons for helping support the show and keep fuel in the tank, as one might say, Sean. Also, as you alluded to earlier, Sean, Extra Life is happening next week. Please be excited.
Please. I'm excited. Please. Yeah. I will heed your request. Yes. I'm very excited.
So next Saturday, Rome, New York. I mean, or is it Herkimer? Is it Herkimer actually technically?
Rome-ish, upstate New York. Yeah.
It's just
we're calling it Rome. We're not changing. I know it's probably not Rome, but it's still Rome. Okay.
Yeah,
it's Rome.
Of course.
Yes. Keep going.
Yes. So of course will be live streaming the entire 25-hour period from Saturday until Sunday, twitch.tv/carpoolgaming live. Also, Sean, there's a little bit of the thing that happens before the pre-game show, as one might say.
Listen,
2 days.
Thursday night, we're doing stuff. Friday day, we're doing stuff. Thursday night is when the Nintendo Drive, internet willing, God willing, the forces of the universe willing, Seth, Amanda, and I will be broadcasting our first ever in-person episode of the Nintendo Drive. We have like a conference room at a hotel, Ryan. Like we're kind of hosting our little carpool gaming con, all to generate excitement for Extra Life. We're part of the Phoenix Overdrive Extra Life team. You guys hear us talk about at the end of every single show. We're proud to be part of that team. Last year, Carpool, we raised more than $9,000. You could almost say it was over $9,000.
You could. Ryan. In fact, there was an actual goal incentive to hit over 9,000, and we did that.
We did it. And so we've been working very hard on this. I just want I want to give a lot of kudos to everybody at the Carpool team, because it's like we wake up, we're talking about Extra Life. We go to work, we're somehow still messaging about Extra Life. We're staying until all hours of the night getting ready for this thing. We want it to be a great experience for everybody watching, everybody at home, everybody who's going to be able to join us there in Rome and surrounding areas. And it's all to beat our record last year. We raised the most that we've ever done, but I think that the community is stronger, better than ever. Ryan, I dare say we have bigger, better, more stronger, amazing leveled up prizes, and we're going to be giving them away throughout the stream. You're not going to want to miss it. Like usually we kind of wait till it's all over and then we draw a bunch of names. Nuh-uh, Ryan. We're going to be doing stuff throughout the stream. We're going to be giving away stuff throughout the stream. We're going to have couches. We're going to touch each other. We're going to play Family Feud in person, and it's going to be amazing, and all to hopefully raise a ton of money for Children's Miracle Network hospitals in Canada and the US. And I think that's the only places where those hospitals exist, at least under that brand.
Pretty much.
But it's very exciting. I know I'm going on here, but this is the moment, man. This is it. This is what we do. We have a wonderful community. We hope to invite even more people in, but we love to show the world we can do stuff that is important. We can fire up that philanthropic spirit in thousands of people from around the world, because we get to do something that's bigger than each of us. So I'm pumped about it, and we're going to shotgun some Red Bulls probably and more surprises for you that keep slipping out of my mouth every time you let me ramble about this.
I mean, shotgunning Red Bulls is not the way to stay awake, Sean. You got to eat the fruits and veggies. That's the secret.
Maybe we'll just chew and chomp on some coffee beans, Ryan. Why don't we just go ahead and do that?
Well, I mean, it's Shooter Day on that.
Shooter Day. No.
See, it doesn't work. It doesn't work for every day of the week.
What about a cold plunge? We could do a cold plunge. Just get a nice like Tupperware and just like fill it with ice and water and whatnot.
Yeah, but then you'll be cold. You don't want to be cold.
I'm telling you what, man. I'm going to be rolling into Rome on a train from Toronto. It's a 7.5-hour train. It was $20 more to go from coach to business class, and I'm stoked to be riding business class for
you know dang well for a 7.5-hour train ride, Sean, you got to go business class.
Got to go business
class.
Like,
it's worth it.
I cannot wait. My passport is ready, and that's all that's ready. I got to get so much else ready, dude. We got so much work to do. Tons of prizes. Thank you for letting me ramble on here. It's going to be a great time. And a huge, I cannot make this shout out big enough for Lee Navarro, the fearless leader of the Phoenix Overdrive Extra Life team, is going above and beyond, taking care of our team at Carpool, everybody else who's joining us. It's going to be a great time. We're probably going to have like maybe our best setup ever. Like I think that's what's going to happen. I think we got some microphones. We're going to be playing on an 86-inch screen, for God's sakes. Like we got couches, man. It's going to be incredible. So
couches, plural, not just one. This year.
More than one couch. Like put them on top of each other, like a double-decker bus. You know, we'll have so much room for activities, Ryan.
I mean, that's true. It could be like bunk beds, but they're bunk couches.
We got a couch co-op, Vampire Survivors, Family Feud, Ryan. It's going to be good stuff. It's going to be great.
Sounds like a bunch of bad games. You should just play Speak a Game the whole time.
We might. Yeah, actually, watermelon game.
I joke about that, but that actually probably ends up.
WarioWare is coming out. It's gonna be good.
Wario. Anyways, Sean, I should let Eric Cave hop in the car with us because Eric Cave left us a YouTube comment. Shout out to Eric Cave, by the way.
One of the number one, if not the number one, YouTube commenters.
100%. 100%. So we want to give Eric Cave the shout out because on last week's show, in case y'all missed it, we were talking about the games we left behind and also some of our favorite games of the year so far. So Eric was responding to kind of our show. Eric said, "Great show. Although my favorite games of the year are all the ones you have put on the shelf, Hi-Fi Rush, Jedi Survivors, Starfield, and Halo Infinite. That is okay because a big part of the reason I enjoy your show is to hear about games I haven't been playing. So it works out in the end." Yeah, we actually got like a couple people in the Discord to kind of say something similar.
Yeah, totally. I felt bad, man. I'm like, I definitely don't want to be disrespecting these games, but it's like, oh, there's so many good ones, and life is busy, and we'd love to get to all of them. But I'm glad people are enjoying different types of games. It's that kind of year, man. So yeah, I live vicariously through you, Eric Cave. Big time.
And I mean, to be fair, all of my time has been swallowed up by Final Fantasy 14 anyways, because I was reminded, Sean, of how much I've played that game this year because I decided to do the slash playtime for the year so far in Final Fantasy 14, 747 hours this year.
I don't even know if I've slept for that many hours this year.
It's too much. So trying to balance that with other games has been tough this year.
Yeah, big time.
Honestly, I've been really just enjoying Final Fantasy 14. So it's just kind of do a little bit, but not today, Sean, because I'm grabbing our 8 tracks. We're going to pop them in because it's time for the playlist because I played some games this week, Sean. But before I get to my games, real quick, I'm going to ask you, did you play anything? I know you played 4 minutes of Lies of P.
Yeah, maybe four minutes or 40 minutes. I think I have 3 to 4 achievements on Lies of P. Very cool game. I am terrible at it. I would really like to play more, but like shout out to Game Pass, man. I've been wanting to do and play one of these games that we've been talking about coming to Game Pass for a long time. So Lies of P, I was playing that for a little bit. Played a little NHL 24, which shout out to Court. Thank you so much for helping me out get a code for that one, my friend. And I think Court and I will probably be playing that at Extra Life, maybe by the power of the internet and or Grayskull, Ryan.
Yeah,
maybe we'll play NHL. So yeah, just kind of dabbling in and out. But honestly, dude, it's Watermelon Game. It's Mario Wonder. It's Spider-Man. Even just before, like moments before coming here. In between the stream that I did this evening and now, it was Spider-Man on the PS5. So shout out to Spider-Man, dude.
Nice.
It's a good game.
Spider-Man. Yeah, I still haven't even picked up Spider-Man at this point.
I'm seeing people like platinuming it. Like it has been a week today. Last Friday was the 20th. It was the day, like the biggest day in video games. And here we are a week later. We've got dozens of people in our community platinuming Spider-Man and 100% totally clearing out Mario Wonder. And I'm just trying to get a good night's sleep. You know what I mean?
That's true. That's true. I mean, I haven't even actually finished Mario Wonder yet. I'm close.
Okay.
I've finished like the 5 of the 6 worlds, and I'm about to go to like finish the last one and then go into Bowser's.
You need a warp whistle. You need that warp whistle. Skip to the end.
Well, I'm just taking my time with it. Like I wanted to, like I just didn't want to rush through it because I'm just really enjoying it. Although I am going to be heading home on the train tomorrow to go visit my mom. So I will definitely be playing Mario Wonder on the train. I might actually beat it while I'm on the train tomorrow or on my way back to Toronto this weekend. So it's definitely probably going to get finished this weekend, I think. But,
definitely probably.
Who knows? But I also loaded up, Sean, speaking of your Series S, I loaded up my Series S because I'm going home this weekend with a bunch of the games I'm about to talk about that I haven't finished yet. So first up, Sean, I played Gargoyles Remastered this week. That was the first of the new games that came out this week that I played that, of course, came to Xbox. That doesn't count Mario Wonder. Gargoyles Remastered, of course, is the classic Genesis game, 2D platforming action game based off the animated show Gargoyles. Sean, were you
great show?
Did you watch Gargoyles? Yeah,
great show on RDTV, Ryan, which was Red Deer TV here in Alberta. Ooh. Yeah, you had to get a good channel like that. Same thing with Animaniacs right alongside there.
Nice,
very good channel. Shout out to RDTV.
I'm amazed they had them on the same channel because that's like Warner Brothers and Disney coming together. It's weird.
It was just whatever you could put on you're just filling up space, man. This is RDT. Red Deer plays by its own rules. Okay, Ryan?
Good point.
I don't know if that's actually true. It could have been YTV. Who knows, dude?
Could have been. But Gargoyles was a game I actually really enjoyed on the Genesis. So I was like, oh, I'll check out this remaster because, it's fairly inexpensive and I like Gargoyles a lot. And I liked the look of what they did with the remaster. Unfortunately, though, this one didn't turn out so well. Like because first of all, they include the original Genesis game in there. So if you want to play the original version, it's there, which actually plays just as well as the original. Like the emulation's good, and I actually think like it's fun to play through the original version. But the trickiness is with the remastered version because it's not good. It's got weird load times. There's weird hit detection with the enemies where the game just feels off when you compare it to the original version, which makes me sad because I was actually looking forward to it a lot. But at the same time, I still think the original game is good enough that, I don't regret playing the game.
No regrets.
Because I do like the original Gargoyles game, of course, where you're just playing as Goliath and you go throughout, different levels, both in New York City as well as under volcanoes and stuff. Like you're visiting all kinds of cool places as Goliath.
Typical locations.
Yeah. Since you're a gargoyle, you can fly around. So there's a little bit of flight in there as well.
Nice.
Combat's pretty fun. The music's good. Visual, it looks great. So
I can't visualize it. Like, I don't think I've ever played that game. Is it a 2D like brawler kind of thing? Like
it's like a 2D action platformer. So
okay, like Batman.
Think something like Batman or Ninja Gaiden, something like that. Yeah. But also it's a little bit easier because again you can climb up walls, you can fly because again you're a gargoyle, which is really cool.
Yeah, do all the things you just live your life as a gargoyle.
And it's got sound samples with Keith David's voice, Sean.
Oh, worth
Keith
it.
David.
Yeah.
And of course, a 16-bit rendition of the Gargoyles theme song.
Oh, give it to me. Yep. Yeah. How much is it?
I think it's like $20 Canadian.
Oh, damn. Okay. Okay. That's cool.
Yeah. So again, there's more in the package as well, but it's just like
that's what she said.
They kind of messed up the remastered version, unfortunately, which is too bad.
That sucks. Yeah.
Because I remember when DuckTales Remastered came out, I was really excited about it. And I think that WayForward did a great job with that, which just makes this more disappointing. I like it because they tried like the same approach with this and it just didn't work out so well. But I'm glad the original game's preserved though, because this is actually a game that's not super rare on Genesis, but it's not super common either. So you don't usually come across this too often, which is why I think a lot of people just miss this one on Genesis.
When is Jurassic Park? Is that a December thing?
I think it's November.
Did that happen already?
I think it's November 15th.
Okay. Hey, it's like my daughter. I mean, I don't need to disclose other stuff.
No, you really don't. I only remember it because I remember it's like this. It's the same week that Persona 5 Tactica comes out next month.
Oh man.
So,
oh, cool. Nice.
Yeah.
Dude, what the heck? We don't have time for that.
No. well,
that's not even a remake. That's a legit like new game that is really cool and I'm interested in. Oh, I can't handle
maybe
it.
I'm just gonna play Jurassic Park because actually I'm excited to play those games again, Sean.
Yeah.
But, moving on to your favorite subject in the entire world, Sean. I played Sonic Superstars. But
oh yeah, Sonic. Yeah, tell me about it.
So before I get into it, the Muffin Mon.
Yeah.
Kevin Ainsworth writes in about this and says, Sonic Superstars seems to be flopping. It's sold a mere 4,000 copies in Japan, but I want to know your thoughts on the game. I rolled credits on it last weekend and thought it was good, not great, especially when playing Mario at the same time. Only thing I thought was better was each character in Sonic plays differently, which is something I wish Mario did. So yes, Kevin, I in a lot of ways agree with you because I actually probably would have thought higher of this game if it didn't release the same week as Mario, because I actually did enjoy Sonic Superstars because I think it's one of the better 2D Sonic games. And again, I know you're going to make the joke, Sean. There are no good 2D Sonic games. Trust me, there are good 2D Sonic games when you don't compare them to Mario.
I didn't say anything.
But I liked it almost as much as I liked Sonic Mania, if that puts things in perspective, because I really like that game too. And I think they did a good job. The only things I didn't love about this are the special stages are probably the worst special stages in any Sonic game ever. And I played the Game Gear Sonic games, and those had really bad special stages. So they're even worse than that because your Sonic is for some reason pretending he's Spider-Man by like swinging between these like orbs that are in midair, and you're chasing the Chaos Emerald as it flies around this 3D space. And I'm like, what am I doing here? Like, what is this? Why? Who thought this was a good idea of like Spider-Man Sonic swinging?
That's the whole game
from vine to vine. Ryan. It's really.
What am I doing here? Why am I playing this?
No, but one of the cool things I liked though, and actually made doing the special stage worth it, is that in the past Sonic games, you'd collect the Chaos Emeralds and then you'd get the ability to turn into Super Sonic when you collect all the Chaos Emeralds.
Yeah.
But this time around, they did something interesting where
Super Saiyan Sonic. Sorry, you mean Super Saiyan Sonic?
Yeah. Super Saiyan.
Yes.
Sonic.
God.
So in this game, what they do is each Chaos Emerald gives you a different ability. So like the first one allows you to create like multiple copies of Sonic that then attack, like clear out all the enemies on the screen. Or some of the other ones like allow you to see like invisible platforms and things like that. So I liked the idea of them introducing some new elements to the gameplay with the Chaos Emeralds. So I did appreciate that. Also, to Kevin's point, I did really like how different all the characters felt from each other, because Knuckles, for example, can climb the walls and can glide while Tails just flies. And then Amy's got like her hammer that she smashes the enemies with. And then Sonic's kind of like the like all around kind of middle ground character that's just really fast. So I like
the rest of them are just as fast as Sonic. Don't you try to sneak that by. That's my main hiccup with these games.
You got the drop dash, Sean. The drop dash. Sonic can do the drop dash. The other characters can't do the drop dash.
You're faster than that, man. That's your whole deal. And Amy can keep up with you. Amy, she's got a hammer.
She's also a hedgehog, Sean. They're both hedgehogs.
Yeah, well, he's supposed to be the special one.
Yeah, but she can double jump and then hit people with her hammer while she's double jumping.
You got this cool sounding no disrespect to any of our fans out there, any of our listeners, community members named Amy. It's a very sweet name. But you got Sonic, Knuckles, and Amy.
And Tails.
I mean, I guess Miles.
Yeah. Yeah. There's not nice sounding names, Sean. They're just normal names.
They're just Sonic and Amy.
I mean, I'm sure Lincoln one day will go to school with a kid named Sonic, and it'll just be normal, Sean.
Maybe he will. Maybe he will. Yeah.
Yeah. I think people are turning around on the name Sonic, but all in all, I like Sonic Superstars. Like I was a little bit worried going into it that like the 2.5D elements with like the 3D backgrounds wouldn't be that good. But actually, I kind of liked what they brought to the gameplay because sort of like what Mario Wonder did, where you're kind of going into the background and the foreground a lot.
Yeah.
It's very seamless. That's kind of what they do in this game too. And I actually thought they did a good job with it. Like I was a little bit worried going in, but I was pleasantly surprised by this. So I know a lot of reviews were very poor because the multiplayer elements are terrible for this game, and I do not recommend them to anyone. But if you are listening to this and you're a Sonic fan, if you like 2D Sonic games, like this is one of the better ones, and I would actually recommend checking it out at some point, even if you wait for sale. Like I think this is definitely one to keep on your radar if you enjoy 2D Sonic. But
I'm glad you played it, and I'm just mostly playing up a bit of a bit here. Like I just keep ragging on Sonic.
I know.
I wish. Look, I'm actually. I've got my Xbox loaded up on the second screen here, and Sonic Frontiers hanging in there. I actually have to. It's prompting me to free up space. I'm trying to install the Evil Within off of Game Pass because I think that game is great. And it's like we need a couple more gigabytes of space. What do you want to get rid of? And on the docket, Ryan, Wave Break at 7 gigs, Vampire Survivors at 1.1, GoldenEye 007 at 310 megabytes.
Yeah,
Ryan,
of course.
Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, the Cowabunga collection, Forza Horizon 5 at 164 gigabytes.
That's too many.
Man, that's a lot of dang gigabytes. I got some decisions to make on what games will I keep on my Series X that will remain unplayed versus the ones I will delete and then definitely not play, if you know what I'm saying.
Of course. It's a tough decision, John. Well,
I got Redfall on here with 69 nice gigabytes too. The heck,
the nicest of all gigabytes. They better never update Redfall ever again, Sean.
Yeah, keep it there. 69.9.
We're good. We're good now. Sean, I also played FC 24.
Oh,
the artist formerly known as FIFA, Sean. I
got it from the library. Nice.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, that's why I need to also another reason I need to remove games.
That's only like 45 gigs. It's not that much space. But
yeah.
I think this game's pretty fun. I haven't played a FIFA or an FC game, as they might say, in a long time. It's my first time picking one up in a while. And I played a whole bunch of matches with it, Sean, because I actually kind of got sucked in a little bit about this on Thursday and enjoyed my time with FIFA.
Soccer's a good game. I like it. Yeah,
exactly. So I wanted to give it a special shout out. I'm not going to go into details because, of course, it's
tell me about the mechanics of the soccer game, Ryan.
Oh, well, let me get into it. Well, the next game, Sean.
Okay.
The next game trust me, we're almost there. Only 2 more games left, Sean.
No, you keep going. This is the show. I don't know what else we're talking about.
Oh, we got more stuff. I got plans.
Plans.
I mean, Sean, I don't know if you looked at Trucker Sloth's question. It's literally 2 paragraphs. So this next game, Sean, it's not really one game. It's a collection of multiple games. It's a collection of 7 games. Of course, I'm referring to the Metal Gear Solid Master Collection 1, which of course, Sean, includes Metal Gear Solid, Metal Gear Solid 2, Metal Gear Solid 3, Metal Gear on the NES, Metal Gear Snake's Revenge on the NES, and then Metal Gear on MSX PCs, and then Metal Gear 2 Solid Snake on MSX PCs.
That's enough.
7 games. But the annoying thing is, Sean, when you're playing on, regardless of what console you're playing on, there's not a launcher for these games. So they're all individual apps you have to install. And they do that so you, of course, can just buy whichever game you want if you want to buy them individually. But it's
but a launcher would be nice.
There's so many icons. It's like 5 different icons, or sorry, 6 with all the extras. There's also like an extras section with all kinds of cool stuff in it.
You make your own folder, Ryan. You got to make your own group for this thing.
And then it goes even deeper than that, Sean, because each game also has every single version of that game ever released available to you. So as an example, Metal Gear Solid, the original, the PlayStation 1 game, you of course have the base game.
Yeah.
You've got the VR missions separate.
Oh, classic.
You've got you've also got the integral version of Metal Gear Solid, which was a Japan only game version of Metal Gear Solid, which had extra content for the original game, like extra stories sections, and then revamped boss fights and stuff.
Yep.
So you have that.
So wait, these all each have their own icons?
No, so they're all so when you boot up Metal Gear Solid, you'll then have a game selection menu in there to select which version you want to play from. But that's not all, Sean.
Okay.
Because then you also have the European version of each one of these, and then you have the Japanese version of each one of these.
Dude, it's Metal Gear. Why would it be straightforward at all? This is so meta. Like, why wouldn't like the games themselves be like this puzzle that you got to figure out?
Exactly.
I like it.
So of course you can decide to play the original version of Metal Gear Solid 2 Or you can play the version that allows you to play the Tony Hawk mod with Solid Snake in it if you want to. This is the subsistence version if you want to. So I love the fact that they have a bunch of different options, because one of the things I've actually liked about Konami's collections in the past, Sean, like the Castlevania collection or the Contra collection, is they give you every single version of that game that ever existed. So if there's actually differences between them and you for some reason want to just check out the Japanese version with the Japanese voices for the first time in North America for some of these games, you can do that, which is awesome. Yeah. And then it gives you the English subtitles if you play in a different language as well. So I love just the attention to detail and how much stuff they packed in here. Additionally, each game has like the screenplay in the game, so you can read like the entire voice script for each thing. So, and it's like pages and pages and pages long. It's kind of ridiculous. There's also all kinds of like documentaries and bonus materials, like art books for each of the games. Like there's a ton of stuff in this collection, Sean.
I like it. Nice.
Which is awesome. Like it's totally up my alley as someone who loves, retro games, who loves Metal Gear Solid.
Oh,
exactly. Someone who loves PDS. We're going to kick it this collection. But dude, I was playing Metal Gear Solid, the original, this week, and I'm almost finished it. But God, that game is so good. I forget every time I haven't played that game in a while. Like I'm like, Metal Gear's all right. But every time I go back to it, I'm like, this game's amazing.
Yeah.
It's such a timeless game. Like I love going back to the original Metal Gear Solid. Yes, the face models, you can't, the characters don't really have faces.
Good.
But you know what? That doesn't matter because the music is amazing. The voice acting, of course, from David Hayter, but also the supporting cast, Jennifer Hale and everyone else that contributes is amazing.
Who does Jennifer Hale play?
She plays Naomi. She's like one of the people you talk to over the codec. She's the doctor.
Jennifer Hale. That is crazy. That is I didn't know that. That's cool. Nice.
But she's got that British accent that she does, which is the same as when she did the voice of Bastila. It's very similar to Bastila's voice from Knights of the Republic.
Nice. Okay.
Yeah. So yeah, I love Metal Gear Solid, and of course, one of the things I love about this collection too, each game has its own set of achievements. So if you love achievement points like I do, and you love these games, like, you're going to be all over this collection because it's pretty awesome. So, yes, there are, like, I hear there are technical issues with Metal Gear 2 and 3. I just haven't had a chance to play those yet because this collection just came out earlier this week.
Yeah.
But Metal Gear 1, it's really special to have this game finally on Xbox for the first time, because this is the first time that Metal Gear Solid, the original, has ever been on Xbox. We got 2 and 3, or we got 2 and 3 in the HD collection on 360, but never Metal Gear 1. That game was basically, the last time we saw it was on PS3 and Vita. And that's like an okay version. Like this version, I think, is actually better than the Vita and PS3 versions. So I think like this is honestly the best way to play this game right now. Even better than something like Twin Stakes on the GameCube. So yeah, really, really enjoying this. Also, fun fact, because I know people will probably ask about this. For the Psycho Mantis fight specifically, you can actually the game itself allows you to configure a memory card, like a PlayStation 1 memory card, so then you can add save data from other Konami games to it. So then Psycho Mantis reacts to certain games, which is super cool.
It's like Castlevania.
Exactly. You can recreate that moment, Sean.
I like it.
What
about the controller? How do you plug into the second controller port, Ryan?
Oh, you just go. There's a toggle in the menu to switch the port.
Oh, yeah. Just not really much of
really. How else would you do it, Sean?
I don't know. Like plug into the USB, like just hardwire if you're.
But
wireless.
That's not how the Xbox determines controllers, Sean.
Well, I don't know. I don't know how to do this stuff.
The only way to do that actually would be if you physically had a second controller. Like you'd have to have 2 controllers in order to make that work.
Well, then you just can't beat Metal Gear, okay? You gotta go on Design Labs and fire up your own controller, man. Or win one at Extra Life. You can win one of our Starfield controllers that we're giving away, Ryan.
Like this one right here.
Or this one right here.
Yes. Also, Sean, I gotta show, speaking of, like, because this made me think of this as well. There's also like a copy protection thing in the game where normally you can't progress the game any further until you radio a certain person over the codec.
Yes.
But they don't give you the codec code. They're like,
it's on the back of the box.
The game, it's on the back of the box. So luckily in the menu, they're like, here's the back of the box. You can go to the back of the box and find it from the menu. You can look at the CD case and stuff. So yes, super cool. I'm actually very excited about this collection. I love it. Yes, I hear the PC version is an absolute mess because for whatever reason you can't play that game using controller and you have to play it using a keyboard. I don't know why they did that and why it's locked at 720p on PC, but it plays at 1080 on console. So who knows? But last game, Sean. I'm very excited to talk about because this was a game that, at the beginning of the year, I was like, I'm mildly excited about this. I'm sure it'll be fine. But then as we saw it like over the summer, with a gameplay trailer, and then even before the game came out earlier this week, or actually I should say today, the day we're recording this is when it's out. Because at the Xbox preview event this week, we also had another look at the gameplay. I like every time I've seen the gameplay of this game, I was like getting more excited for it. And I finally got in my hands Alan Wake 2. I have been playing Alan Wake 2, Sean, and I'm here to tell you, Alan Wake 2 is the business. Okay,
the business.
This game very quickly shot up to one of my favorite games of the year. I love this game. Love this game because this game actually basically took a lot of the concepts that I really liked from the original Alan Wake, but just totally fixed all the stuff I didn't like. Like the wonky game gunplay is now much more focused. It feels actually much closer to something like Resident Evil 4 of all things.
Oh, snap.
Where you're still using the flashlight to get rid of the shadow shield that's over the enemy so you can damage them. But you're aiming for specific body parts in order to take them out faster because they have like some of the enemies will have like a red spot in their chest you're supposed to shoot to do extra damage, sometimes they'll move to like different parts of their body depending on the enemy. Also a lot of variety of enemies this time around too, because in the original Alan Wake, you're mostly just fighting dudes in the woods that have been taken over by, just shadow energy, and they're just like shadowy dudes, I guess. But you're fighting wolves, you're fighting other shadow creatures. Like the boss fights are super cool in this too. Oh my god, I love this game, Sean, in a way I was not expecting, in a way that I just haven't really felt about any Remedy game besides Quantum Break at this point.
Let's go. Shout out to Quantum Break, man.
Yeah.
Dude, I'm so glad you're liking it. I love seeing all the excitement about it. So many games getting a lot of that praise. And, it was just 7 days ago. Remember Spider-Man and Mario. And here we are a week later and another, just a 9 out of 10 on the critics out there. Love that you're loving it. I'm super jealous. Seth is in the chat here saying he's going to buy this game for Extra Life. So maybe I'll be able to get my hands on it. But I feel wrong about this one. I feel like I really need to, I don't know, not that I was really like trying to tear it down or anything.
Of course.
But it wasn't anything that I was counting down the days until Alan Wake 2 came out. Like that's definitely not what I was
again, doing. It's been so long since the first one came out. Like, and a lot of people either missed it or it's just been 13 years since the last one came out.
Yeah, but I can't claim to like the first one either.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Like, I think also a lot of people just weren't a fan of the original game, whether it's the way it played or whatnot. I think the story in the first one is incredible, but the way it plays just definitely hasn't held up as super well. But they fixed all that with this one, and the writing, the storytelling in this is so good. I love to also that you're kind of going between characters because you're playing as Alan Wake, but also as a different character who's an FBI agent, and you kind of go into your like mind palace as you're collecting evidence and you're solving cases and like putting evidence together on this whiteboard. Sean, you of course love whiteboards. So
I love whiteboards. Everybody should have a whiteboard.
You pin stuff up on the whiteboard, Sean.
I'm down, man.
Solving cases. Oh my god, this game is kind of like all the things I love about survival horror games like Resident Evil 2, combined with some really, really fantastic storytelling and writing. So yes.
Let me pose you this question, Ryan. This ought to get the commenters going. Let's get that algorithm juiced up. All right. What was Xbox doing? Letting this team go. They had them. They were right there between this and Moon Studios. Like there's a couple that have kind of gotten away. Man, that would have been like, this is how Sony does it. Just do it like that. It would have been totally like an Insomniac. It totally would have been like Sucker Punch or any of those others. Would have been good. I know hindsight is 2020, but Control was really great. But it was, I feel like after Quantum Break, and that didn't really like secure it. Like, man, dang it. I mean, not that. I mean, who cares? Like, I don't know. I don't have.
No, I know. Xbox, I mean, because you're right. Like in hindsight, Sean. Like at the time, I can understand Microsoft's argument after what happened with Quantum Break because as much as we like Quantum Break, Sean, it just didn't really sell as well, or it just didn't resonate with people in the way it did with us. And you know what? That's a mistake. That's on y'all for not supporting Quantum Break.
Definitely, dude. The response to it was outrageous, and I'm not happy about it. Like the people like trying to tear it down every chance they got. Not okay. Yeah. But Xbox got to see like that's quality, and the way they made that like and it's visionary, and it's trying to break new ground and all these things. Like
because they should have stuck. They could have absolutely stuck with it. And like now, I think Remedy is honestly one of the best third-party studios out there. I'm just going to go and
pose the question
between this, between Control, Quantum Break, like they just only come out.
What a lineup!
Like I think they do
diversity.
Also, shout out to Sean Ashmore, who was in Quantum Break, also in Alan Wake 2.
Nice.
They brought him back.
Oh,
yes. Could be anything, Sean.
What about dude? There's so much. I don't want to spoil anything, but like we'll just leave that list of games as it is.
I mean, and to be fair, people out there kind of know like all of the Remedy games kind of exist in their own universe in a lot of ways. Like we know for sure that Control and Alan Wake are in the same universe because we had the Alan Wake DLC for Control that then actually sets up this game, and then we actually know there's DLC for Alan Wake 2 that's coming. That's actually going to be a Control crossover with that as well. And I think you might be surprised by some references to certain other Remedy games in this game as well.
Max Payne.
I mean, Sam Lake's in the whole game, Sean. You can't just not think of Max Payne.
Wouldn't you put yourself in a game if you could?
Well, probably.
Yeah.
I mean, he does actually a good job. He does. I actually like Sam Lake's character in this game because he kind of plays the partner of the FBI agent. He's kind of like the throughout the journey with you, which is really cool.
Oh, great.
Yeah. So Alan Wake 2, it's awesome. If y'all, in fact, to play. I saw a lot of people out there on the internet, asking this question. So I'm going to answer it here as far as, do I need to play the first Alan Wake to play Alan Wake 2? And I'm going to tell you straight up, you don't need to. I mean, you can actually just jump into this without playing it. I mean, there's not like a previously on Alan Wake cinematic at the beginning to recount the story or anything. But at the same time, like it does a good enough job of explaining all the stuff you need to know about in the game itself. And then there's actually even more lore. If you want to learn more about what happened from the first game, if you really want to learn more about it.
Yada, yada, yada. Authors writing a book, yada, yada, yada. He hates his wife, yada, yada, yada. Flashlights and bad guys. Yeah. And you're done. You're caught up. Now you're ready for Alan Wake 2.
Pretty much.
There it is. Clip it.
Pretty much. So that's, So don't worry about it. I think like survival horror fans, especially, like this is one of the best games this year. You gotta check it out.
Dude, that's awesome. That's so exciting.
Yeah. And honestly, I was surprised I liked it as much as it, because I was already expecting a lot from what we saw from the gameplay, but like it blew away the expectations I had. I'm like the entire time we've been sitting here doing this podcast, Sean, I've just been thinking about Alan Wake 2.
You're gonna say I've been playing it the whole time. Like this whole time I'm talking about, I'm actually like 3 missions deeper.
Yeah, if only. But I'm starting to get the sense it might not be a super long game, but I'm still really enjoying it. So
medium long.
Yeah, medium length, Sean.
Yes.
Wow. Oh my God, I had so many games to talk about this week, Sean. That we don't necessarily have a cruise control topic this week, but we got some questions.
That was it. Yeah, playing game, dude. It's October. Like we've been waiting for this to happen. So
for sure.
Yeah,
and I mean it's only going to get worse because I'm also
better.
Well, it's true. No, I mean worse in terms of, oh my God, there's so many more games.
Yeah, good. Let's talk about what a concept for a video game podcast. Yeah. Let's talk about the games.
I will say, Sean, Game of the Year talk at Carpool Gaming is going to be very interesting this year, and I can't wait. Man. I can't.
We're gonna have a rest. We're gonna have one night's sleep after Extra Life, and then it's gonna be planning for GOTY time.
Yeah. Oh my God, I'm so excited to talk about this, and y'all are just gonna have to hear about more Alan Wake next week.
More.
It'll be a thing. But
all right,
let's let some of our friends into the car with us, Sean. It's time for the carpool. Let's bring in Cwagmire.
Cwagmire, yes.
Hi, new Xbox Drive listener here. First of all, Cwagmire, I know you've been in the community for a while. I just want to say thank you so much.
Welcome in
for checking the show.
I was really nervous you're about to give him some give him some heck, and I'm like, no, No, this is welcome in. Everybody is welcome. Come on in, Cwagmire. So good job.
Absolutely. I'm a bit behind, but with ABK being finalized, you all mentioned the deep catalog that Microsoft has now. When Sierra was mentioned, I had totally forgotten that ABK had owned Sierra. Which Sierra series would you want to have a remaster, remake, or new entry? And why is it SWAT? A remaster of 4 or remake of 3 or SWAT 5 would be really epic. I don't know about you, Sean. I've never played the SWAT games. I remember my friend Scott in high school played SWAT 4 a ton on his PC. And he used to tell me about it all the time. I never played that game.
I don't think I played it either.
Yeah. But did you really play a lot of Sierra games? Because I don't think we talked about Sierra games that much. Like, because Sierra, of course, for people that don't know, they mostly did point and click adventure games like Police Quest,
PC.
King's Quest, things like that.
Space Quest.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And they also, Sean, fun fact, were the publishers of the original Half-Life.
Yes, they were. That's right. Nice. Yeah. Valve. Good one. Yeah. Ryan, have you ever heard of a character? I don't know. This is so 90s and so just ridiculous. I don't think it's a good game, but a character named Willie Beamish in the Adventures of Willie Beamish. Did you ever play the Adventures of Willie Beamish? You probably played on like Sega Saturn or CD or something.
I know about the Adventures of Willie Beamish, and oh my God, John, I'm terrified.
That's a game that just sort of showed up at our house one day. You're just a naughty kid. It's kind of like a Dennis the Menace kind of ripoff. I'm pretty sure you had a slingshot. You had a toad.
Frog.
Yeah, a frog named Toady or something like that. Yeah. Who at a certain point tries to romance a lady toad with big red lips and lipstick.
Oh my
and
God,
eventually the part that I could never pass. So maybe I want this to come back so I could actually play it again. A babysitter comes over, Ryan, to take care of you and your sister. But the babysitter turns into a bat and terrorizes you and the family.
Of course she does. Why would we expect something normal from the babysitter, Sean?
You got to figure out what to do. Like you got to grab some like salad tongs and a vacuum cleaner to figure out what the heck to do about this bat in this house. I was never able to do it. Yeah.
God.
But yeah.
Sean, game. I looked it up. It came out, and this is why I remember this.
1993?
It came out in 1991.
Okay.
It was on PC, but also on Mac OS at the time, but also Amiga OS. So Amiga CD32. This was a game on the Amiga CD32. Yeah. Also on the Sega CD, Sean.
That's what I thought it was on the Sega CD. That's right. Yeah. So I don't, but I mean, that's all to say, probably not necessary to bring back.
Probably not. We probably don't need Willie Beamish back. Actually,
go ahead.
Bring back Willie Beamish at all? I think you actually can buy that game, like somewhere. Yeah, it's on GOG. You can buy Willie Beamish on GOG.
Oh, I have it. on GOG. Yeah. No, I definitely bought that thing for like $2 or whatever.
Of course you did.
Shout out to Leisure Suit Larry.
I forgot that's a CR game too.
Yeah, that was in there. I don't know, dude. There's not a lot. It's more just nostalgia than actual quality, I think.
I'm also facepalming a little bit because Seth reminded us in the chat his pet frog is apparently named Horny.
That's right. Yes, I knew it was a stupid name.
This game, Willie Beamish. Oh my God. Well, speaking of Willie Beamish game, Sean, and us doing this a little bit, Phantasmagoria is my pick, Sean. Which, of course,
is that a Sierra game?
It's a Sierra game. It's an FMV game, horror game from the 90s. It is very cheesy, but in all the right ways possible to get Ryan very excited because this is a game I like a lot. You can actually pick it up on GOG and on Steam now if you want to check out Phantasmagoria. It's very cheap. It's always usually like $5.
Worth it.
But this game is just, very goofy and silly. Yes, the game mechanics aren't great, but you know what? It's worth it just to get to the next cutscene, to watch the next cutscene in Phantasmagoria. Or just seeing the characters die in really like gruesome and very silly ways.
I'm looking at this Wikipedia article of Sierra Entertainment video games, and because I was thinking of Sierra as like a publisher, but I guess they were, but the developer, one of the names popping up here is Dynamix, and this is a name I remember popping up quite a lot. Oh, that's Mech Warrior. Yeah, that makes sense. Okay, yeah. This is where it kind of crosses over. Red Baron, yes. Ace, like lots of World War II, World War One kind of games.
They also had some good license games, Sean, especially Aliens versus Predator 2 on PC, made by Monolith Productions, which were the makers of Fear. That was the game they did before Fear, and that game's awesome. That's one of the best Alien versus Predator games.
Ryan, the best of these, The Incredible Machine. It would be. Did you ever play The Incredible Machine?
No.
On PC, it would be Tim.executable. The Incredible Machine is like this. You have all these random objects, and your goal is to like maybe like light a candle at the other side of the screen. So you've got to what is that called when you drop like a ball and it falls on a thing and bounce and then kind of trickles down? No, but it's like when COVID hit, everybody was doing them. The chat, come on, help me out here, guys.
Anyone? I don't know what the heck you're talking about.
You know what I'm
Besides
saying?
Plinko from Price is Right.
No, like they kind of like bounce around and go down a ramp and then hit a thing and then leap up into the air and knock a guy over.
Rube Goldberg machine?
Yeah, that. So it's a video game. Rube Goldberg. Yes, thank you. So that's what the Incredible Machine is that in a video game form.
So it's literally just the board game Mousetrap from our childhood, but in video game form, Sean.
That is a much better way of explaining it. Yes, which is why I liked it very, very much. Yes, Ryan.
I mean, Mousetrap was a fun game, but having to put it away, Sean, was the.
I never actually played it. We just set up the trap. I actually don't know how to play Mousetrap at all. You just set up all the pieces.
You should roll dice, Sean. You roll dice.
I don't think we did that.
And also shout out to number one, No One Lives Forever. Please, Phil, bring back No One Lives Forever. Because that franchise was great. Also, I didn't know that Sierra also made a Die Hard game, Die Hard Nakatomi Plaza, with
nice. Name it after the building. Yeah,
of course. So there you go. Those are the games we want to bring back. Cwagmire. In fact, No One Lives Forever is definitely the top of my spot, but I know that'll never come back because of licensing reasons, which makes me very sad because I like that game. But next up, we got Trucker Sloth, Sean. And
it's very long. And he even says that we don't need. We can answer this in the Discord. That's I
think that's probably best.
It's okay. He even said like it doesn't need to be part of the show. We can continue the conversation. So if you guys want to know what we're talking about, you got to go to the Discord. Amazing conversations happening on the daily, Ryan. Absolutely. Every single day. We wish each other a good morning in there. Shout out to Miles of Amanda, our very own co-host on the Nintendo Drive, doing a dang marathon. As you may be listening to this, she's running a marathon. So shout out to her. But yes, Trucker Sloth, we see you. Appreciate this very well thought out comment. But as you mentioned, maybe not for the show. We'll just we'll carry on the conversation.
We'll at least acknowledge Trucker Sloth.
Got to acknowledge the Trucker Sloth and this great question. Yes,
absolutely. And also be excited on the Discord this week, folks, because on Tuesday, RoboCop Rogue City comes out. And you better believe we're going to be talking about that in the Discord.
When?
Tuesday.
When?
Tuesday.
There. Thank you. Wow.
Look, it's late at night. It's midnight my time, Sean. My brain just didn't work.
Tuesday.
Seth, of course, corrects me as well. That's Tuesday.
I think you mean Tuesday. Yes.
Yeah. I'd buy that for $1, Sean.
Yes.
See, that's a RoboCop reference.
Okay.
Anyways, we should probably get out of here, Sean.
I got a hard drive to clean up, man. I got to pack my bags.
I do have to finish prepping my Series X for my trip tomorrow. But Sean, before we go, Sean, plugs go.
Extra Life. I think that this might be the only thing I say in this section, Ryan. extra-life.org/participant/carpool gaming. The link is in the show notes. You guys know where it is. You can find it pinned to our Carpool Gaming Twitter or X. It's all there. You guys, I need to tell you, every $10 that you donate gets you entered in for a prize. The prizes keep getting better. We're going to do cool stuff. We're going to be together in Rome. We're going to raise more than $9,000 because I believe in every single dang one of you. It's the celebration of the year. I'm telling you guys, I'm pumped about it. Shout out to Lee Navarro for hosting us. He's doing a wonderful job. He's got dozens, if not 100 or more people that he's trying to take care of with this whole thing. And I appreciate you very much, Lee Navarro. So this time next week, I will not be on the Xbox Drive. We'll be getting ready for game day. So somebody else will be on the show. So hopefully you guys will enjoy that. But if you'd like to wait until game day to donate, that's cool. But if you get in there early, you get every single one of those prizes, Ryan. You don't want to miss out.
All the prizes? They get all the prizes, Sean?
You could be eligible to win all the prizes. Seth with the link up in there. We'd love to see like even 1 or 2 donations between now and then. That'd be cool. But will it be you, dear watcher, dear listener? We'll see. But speaking of which, shout out to Kevin Ainsworth, who recently donated. Thank you so much, Kevin Ainsworth, for supporting us on Extra Life. So that's what I just want to hang on for a little bit. extra-life.org/participant/carpool gaming. We're going to be live on twitch.tv/carpool gaming live. We're going to have merch coming your way very, very soon. We're going to have prizes for you. We're going to do cool stuff. And I can't wait, my friend. Did I miss anything?
It's going to be awesome.
Extra Life is going to be crazy.
You're going to be playing Trombone Champ. You didn't mention that the whole episode.
I mean, I'm trying, like, I got a special surprise for Trombone Champ. Okay. Or I got an idea for Trombone Champ. Okay.
Special surprises.
Oh
my God.
I think that's it for me. I
feel bad for Amanda all of a sudden. As for me, you can find me on Twitter, Ryan Turford. You also find Sean Capri on Twitter at Sean Capri. You also find us on Twitter at Carpool Gaming, right here, youtube.com/Carpool Gaming. And of course, podcast services around the globe. Also patreon.com/Carpool Gaming. Because I'm hosting the Pants Patreon podcast for Patrons podcast this week. And also we got that cool Halloween episode. So if you want to get in this mood for Halloween, which is on Tuesday, Sean, people should go listen to Tuesday. People should go listen to that episode we did all about Halloween movies.
And yes, I watched a bunch of horror movies for the very first time. I mean, if you want to hear what that's like, we got 2+ hours of me, Ryan, and Donnie from PSVG talking about, I'll just say it right now, Ryan, Child's Play, Texas Chainsaw Massacre, Friday the 13th, A Nightmare on Elm Street, and Hellraiser. Yes. Talk about those 5 movies. I'd never seen them before. I've now seen them. I talked about them. It's on a podcast. Go listen to it. $3 and up on the patreon.com/carpool gaming. But seriously, Extra Life.
Absolutely. So for Sean Capri, I'm Ryan Turford. This has been the pie episode of the Xbox Drive, episode 314.
It was? Oh!
Yeah. It's fine. We didn't get enough to talk enough about cheesecake on this episode, Sean. And
I've let you all down. Oh, I can't believe I let you all down. And this is usually where Ryan goes, bah, and I think he might be he's alive. Okay, goodbye.
No power greater than X.